What is she saying? I'm just listening to see what she's saying. Please let her know I'm live. She got me. She put me off her platform. No, Dreamy. Situations like this you cannot deal with online. I will never. I will never. Too many things get twisted and manipulated. I'd rather everything just be public because it was brought to the public. If y'all can watch a family destroy themselves, y'all can watch them build back, right? If we can watch a family destroy themselves, you can watch them build back. This will be handled publicly. What, I don't understand. What would it do to bring all this to the public, to give the world all these things to talk about, but then handle it privately? I don't see the benefit in that at all. I think the issue is trying to handle things privately because they get brought out to be something totally different. All my sister has to do is let me know that she's in the room. I don't know if she's blocked. I know she got kicked off before. She may not be able to comment, but Toya, text Jamie and let her know that you're on this live if you can't comment on here. Here you go. You lost your sister before you could tell her I'm sorry. I understand. I understand. I think she just got off. I was listening. Alexis. And I know you were going to do a live at 11 saying, let this family heal. And so you may be going live after this, but I don't need her to take accountability. I have a duty to my family, and I'm going to honor that duty whether or not she takes accountability. See, man, honestly, the truth is life goes on. It, you can want somebody to see something, to see a perspective, to even take accountability, but you can't make them. Let me know if y'all can still hear me. Yeah, I am. Let me mute it. Trying to wait on Toya to see if she's gonna say she's here. Let me say this first. Let me get this out the way. Okay. Um, this whole situation uh, is really crazy to me. Hang on. This whole situation is really crazy to me. Should have never gotten this far. We both have contributed to what's being said on the internet, and I will definitely take accountability. Um, but I won't lie. You understand? I'm not gonna fake take accountability and take blame for things I didn't do. I was always raised to take credit for what you do, good or bad, because a life gonna life, right? So, in my opinion, none of this should have been brought to the internet, and I hope that my sister considers my words very carefully and doesn't allow people to manipulate her about what my words actually mean. Okay? Um, None of this should have been brought to the internet from the beginning. I keep saying, why was your frustrations with your brother something you needed to bring to the internet anyway? You understand? But we all have to have opportunities to grow. Maybe she doesn't see that now, or maybe in the future she'll see, yeah, you're right. I should have never brought anything to the internet if it's concerning you guys. I know how to reach out to you guys, and whatever issue I have, we could have had that conversation. Um, I hate to even say behind the scenes because it shouldn't be nowhere near online to even be called behind the scenes. It should just be straight up, whatever issue you may have. But I can say this thing has been getting out of control for a while now. If you go to Toya's page, Toya, if you look through your own content, you will see the several times that you had me on your platform talking to you, hearing you out about your feelings, showing concern for you and what you may have been going through in that time and trying to make it right. You know, I've always been a person who listened to what you had to say and respond accordingly, hear your heart, hear how you feel. But I've always said you don't do the same with me. Okay? Um, if you notice, your whole chat is telling you don't listen to Kevin, he's a manipulator, and they've been doing this the entire time. Okay? They will set you up to make you believe that I do not have your back because I'm not out here yelling and screaming. When someone insults you or whatever it is that's going on online, they'll try and make you feel like I'm not really your brother and I don't have your back. And the thing about this is, you now know firsthand what I was dealing with Samik. You've seen the heart surgery. I told you firsthand that he failed a hearing test. I told you this firsthand. And I asked you not to say anything to the public. If I asked you not to say anything to the public, why did you? Because if you're talking to me about what issue you have with me, he should have never been brought up, love. And so this is you saying, Kevin, you talked about my children by not saying they didn't know their biological fathers. I just confirmed with you on your page that I may have been wrong about that. I heard you say that you had paperwork or something with the courthouse dealing with these guys and that there is some type of financial thing set up, they just don't pay it or something to the effect of that. I never knew that. I don't ask you about those things. You have a husband in your life. So apparently they say love covers a multitude of sins, right? So y'all together, y'all loving each other. Those children do see a man every day. I guess it's not something you talk about. And that's not something you should have to talk to me about. In most cases, people don't even bring light to those things, okay? Things you can't change, you don't focus on. And you focus on what you can have any control over. And the fact that they did have somebody in their life or does have somebody in their life, that's not a thing that should be brought to the forefront anyway. You make do with what you got. You understand? So that wouldn't be my business necessarily for you to tell me. You understand? But when I saw you in TC's live saying that, you knew your value, you can never be a side chick, right while they were discussing Lacey. And if you look at when your comment was said, you'll notice she was directly talking about Lacey and myself and Jamie at that exact time, saying, what if I die? What if Lacey's not going to get anything? And if Jamie don't want to, she don't have to give her anything. This is what she's in there saying, okay? While you spoke, you understand? So you're saying I told a bold-faced lie when I said that you were talking about Lacey or my dynamic. But if you can see the conversation that's being said and you commenting, you have to understand why I thought that. That's not a bold-faced lie. That's literally me telling you what I thought. So You guys took from that and said, why didn't you call us? We're past the point of calling. Every time I call, OB's telling me he don't want to do the intellectual stuff, the diplomatic stuff. So I said, okay, cool, handle it how y'all handle it then. And this was even when I was talking to you about our sibling, saying the things that were being said were too derogatory, too harsh, and y'all need to handle this in a different way. He said, nobody want to hear that diplomatic stuff. Okay, cool. I fell all the way back. And I'm even, now you're saying that you feel some type of way because I didn't get involved when we had this conversation up front on why I wouldn't get involved. That is my sibling too. I love all of my siblings. Do you understand? And so I'm just going to say this to my family, okay? I apologize for my contribution to all of what's going on, okay? I haven't understood what this was about, and honestly, I still don't. Do you understand? When I saw her and OB talking junk about Robert and all this type of stuff on their lives, long before it got to me and trickled to me, I foresaw that it would eventually trickle to me. Eventually, she was calling him Roberta inside of her comments, inside on her page and things like that. She was calling him Latif as a title on her platforms. And all these things have been said by the people who don't like my brother, by these people on the internet who's never met him. And so when she's using these words that nobody's ever called him Latif, nobody ever called him Roberta in our whole family, these are things that these people on the internet say about him, and she's using these things towards him. I felt in my spirit that this was about some internet shit, not anything that he personally done. So Robert and I have not had a conversation on why do you think Toya's upset with you? We haven't had this conversation. I just assumed it was about money because we couldn't give it to her at the time. Do you understand? So she didn't say this is about money. That's my assumption. Again, I could be wrong, but I've asked her over and over to tell me what was wrong, okay? Eventually, when it got to me, she was calling me everything that people who have never met me on the internet were saying about me. Calling me gay, saying that I was a manipulator. And this is things that's never been said about me, okay? And so now they're saying these things, she's saying these things, so it makes me feel like, yeah, she's only repeating what they say. Do you understand now? I came out and I would talk about what my sister has done. I would talk about past things that we went through, but I never insulted her. Meanwhile, she was insulting me. They can say we all went to hell. I didn't go to hell on the matter, I don't feel. But I do feel like I contribute to whatever pain that she's going through right now, and whatever pain our whole family is going through, okay? I hate what's happening right now, and I want to make it right, okay? She's saying that OB lost his job because I said I saw him snort coke in the bathroom after he called me gay and called Lacey a bitch, okay? I don't know how Lacey made it into his conversation. I don't know what that was about. However, I can understand him being upset with me saying Toya's children didn't know their fathers. As someone who's actually in their lives, I could see how he got upset, okay? But he could handle that with me instead of bringing Lacey into it. So he called her a bitch, and so I said, if she's a bitch, your mother is. He went from there and started talking about my children, okay? Now, he says he felt like I was talking about his children when I told Ashley D what I told her because she was talking about my sons, okay? But I wasn't talking about his son. I was talking about her son, and I was just throwing back in her lap what she put on me. I actually don't think that about her son. I don't know him. I haven't even seen the dude move before. I've only seen still pictures of him. So she's saying that about me, and if you notice, I said, if my son is that, then your son is that. But I also feel like that's very childish because the way she was putting it at me is that if my sons were that way, then I'm a poor father, and they got it from me and my poor raising of them, and so she's being derogatory actually towards gay people. And so me responding back to that saying, well, if my son is gay, your son is gay, I'm helping be derogatory towards gay people. I don't have an issue with gay people. I don't believe that if your son or daughter is gay, that you did anything wrong. People have a right to their sexuality, and they end up being how they are, and that's just how it is. Often, you could tell when they're very young how they may be. You understand? And it'd be a shame for a parent to blame themselves for their child's sexuality. I believe your child is supposed to be loved regardless, and you're supposed to get to know them, not live in who they become. You see what I'm saying? As far as their sexuality or how smart they are, how fast they are, you're getting to know your child. And that's the bottom line. And so I don't think that we should be out here, anybody should be out here for that matter, calling people's children's gay as an insult to them. If we understand that that's not inherently wrong to anyone else. Do you understand? So I got caught up in a lot of that bullshit. And as you can see, it backfired heavily because Toya thinks I'm talking about her, and now they're running my sons through the mud, including Samik, right? Now, people say Samik's innocent. He can't even talk yet. He's disabled. Well, my other children are very able. They can speak, and they still said nothing bad about OB or his family. Now, he can say, well, my children didn't say anything bad about you, and yet you said they didn't know their child's father, know their actual fathers. I respect that. I know why I said it, but I can't be on the other side of somebody receiving it. Do you understand? So my response was to OB for the things OB said to me. Now, Toya is quick to say, well, OB just protecting us and you said something. I got to protect myself too. You understand? So let's just deal with this, okay? Many things have been said to hurt each other, okay? Toya has got up here with Neo and said, and I guess I went along with Neo trying to act like I was gay. You understand? Many people have came to me about Neo and the things that she did to her little brother, okay? About her putting dildos in him, picking on him, bullying him when he was a child. And he has yet to come out and confirm that she didn't do these things. And yet she spends all of her time trying to prove I'm gay, when literally I've told her with my own mouth that I'm not. She says, Kevin, I just thought you were gay, and that's why you're mad. How would I even know your thoughts? You're bringing them to the internet almost daily to try and insinuate that I'm gay. She tries to use other people to make me gay. You understand? And so whenever I fire back at her and say, well, I believe exactly what they say you did to your brother, which that didn't start with me, just like she says, I'm not the first one who called you gay. I'm not the first one who said it about you and your brother either. But if I believe them, what gives you a right to be mad if I don't have a right to be angry with you for believing that I'm gay? Believe I'm gay, and I believe you raped your brother. I mean, hey, it is what it is, right? I mean, you can't say I'm any more wrong than you for my thoughts than you have in your thoughts. But what I haven't done is taken it to my platform on a daily basis to try and prove to the world that she raped her brother. But what I did say is, I think I will. I think every time that you go live or get on somebody's platform to talk about me and call me something I'm not, I'm going to go give my thoughts about you. You're welcome to your thoughts. Spread them all you want to, and I'm welcome to spread mine. And you can't try to put a rule on me and say I can't do it. And if you want to make me an enemy, that's fine. You're not my enemy. I just think you raped your brother. That's all it is to it. Okay, now, prove you didn't, and I won't say that anymore. Now, I've confirmed to you I wasn't gay. You have no facts to support this matter, but you still get up here trying to say it and insinuate it. She even said that Dwight bought me a car when I just met him. Dwight didn't buy that car until a year later, and it was after I had sit with his family on many occasions to help them with religion, to give them knowledge about religion, and he was so grateful. And you got to think, a multi-millionaire, 100 millionaire, that little car is nothing to him. Just the same as other people have blessed me for what I've been doing, for the work I've been doing. So it's crazy because I have so many different celebrities that I've helped who've given me all types of things for what I've done for them because they're grateful. But they focus on this one person because that's the only person they know of that I deal with. And that's why I would never publicize it, because all they'll do is run them through the mud. Do you understand? And it's crazy because what all these people from my past, from before Toya, has joined, I ain't gonna say join with Toya, Toya wouldn't like me saying that, but have tried to weaponize Toya, okay? They try to get close to Toya, you understand, to have her say stuff, and then what they do is they clip whatever she says and mixes that with their content. So I'm gonna tell you this, nobody, I ain't gonna say nobody, but most people on here are looking at this as entertainment, okay? That's their only investment in this, is having something to talk about and laugh about. I don't think that they care anything about our family, to be honest with you. They only like what they're seeing. And so we have to shut all of that out and do what we have to do as a family. So to OB, to anybody listening, I'm going to say this. The day that we rented out that building, I don't know if it was for a family reunion. I said, I don't know if it was for a family reunion. It was for some type of birthday party. It was for something. Okay, Toya keeps trying to focus on the fact I said it could be about a family reunion. That's not the important part. I did walk in the bathroom, and I did see people in there doing coke. I did. And I walked right back out. But I was lying when I said I saw OB personally do it. Okay? But we're fighting. You up there calling me gay and you know I'm not. So watch what I do next. I'm going to put you right in that shit and say what I got to say too. So I can apologize to the public for saying that about OB. I did not personally see him sniff a line of coke. Do you understand? Just like he's never saw me do anything gay. Just like he's never saw my son put his finger in his dog's butt. You understand what I'm saying? So Toya has to recognize that OB has a big mouth. And when he's mad, he uses it however he sees fit. And I know he understands that there's going to be consequences for that. Just like he wants me to believe that there'll be consequences for me running my mouth, right? So I don't feel that, things being said like that. And then when I say what I got to say, it's, well, you got to apologize. Here's what happened from you saying that. I would like to see something that proves that he got terminated because I said I saw him snorting coke, okay? I would like to see that, okay? But, and then I guess she wants me to apologize to him for that. I can't apologize for that. Just like if we squabbed it out. He couldn't apologize for knocking my eye out and apologize for knocking his out. We were in a fight. All we can do is just stop it. That's all we can do is stop it, keep it offline, okay? Again, to my father, to my family, to my aunts, to my cousins, to every last one of y'all, I apologize for my contribution. I should have left it alone and never said a word, just like Robert did, okay? But you guys can see that Robert still gets talked about on a daily basis, man. You guys see this, even though he's said nothing about this to anybody or anything. And that's really why I started responding, because of how he was being done. He ain't done nothing to him. And so, Toya, you up there calling him Latif and all these different names, if we talked about you and looks and things of that nature, it would hurt your feelings. And so you have to go back and realize, I've been in my emotions and I haven't used this internet correctly. And maybe, and I can't take it from you that people have gotten to you and convinced you to come out and do a lot of this stuff. And I'm willing to give you grace for that. And that's why I said, let's just squash it. You understand? I love my family. I'm sure you love our family, Toya. And whether we speak again on a personal level, be cool again on a personal level or not, we both have a duty to correct the things that we're saying, that we have said. Now, you did say on your platform earlier, Kevin, I know I never saw you do anything gay. But if you go back and listen to the things you said with Neo, that wasn't what you were saying. You understand? And so you have to understand those things are hurtful to me because I'm not gay. Okay? In fact, I would rather somebody say I snorted coke than I was gay. I think that what I did was way less. But I guess you're saying, well, the consequences from what you said was him losing his job. You just have to prove that to me. And at the end of the day, even if that's the case, I can't go back and unsay anything. But you can say that I said I didn't personally see him do that if you want to. Okay? But that's not the first time that anybody said that about him either. They were saying that online too already, Toya. Okay? So in my opinion, I was fighting fire with fire. And you shouldn't. That's how you burn the house down, right? It's fighting fire with fire. So what I want is this. You and I to stop contributing to this nonsense, because nobody benefits from it, not even the people who are entertained by it. At the end of the day, we'll have the broken family, and they'll have a bunch of videos that they can laugh about. Do you think that's a good trade? I don't. I don't like when you're up there talking about me. I don't like when you're letting people on your platform lie and manipulate and say things about me. These very same people claim to have my back, and I know they're going to do it to you, really in a short time. All it will take is for you to walk away from all of this, and you're going to see these people switch up on you, okay? Thank you, Felicia. And Felicia, thank you. I owe you one, because I didn't have a right to be asking you to let that go when you have every reason and every right to be upset with her. But you did. And goddamn it, if you can do it, I ain't got no excuse. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's my sister. I have every reason to squash the beef. It's not your sister. You don't have any reason to squash the beef, and yet you did that for me. So I'm going to do this for my family and stand on business like I promised. And I'm not going to contribute to this anymore, but I'm asking my sister that we both be bigger people and walk away from this. And let's just say this. I apologize for everything that I've said about you, Toya. I'm going to leave the past in the past. Many of the things that I even talk about from my past, our past, whatever the case may be, you could have been a much worse person than what I even came out here and said because of what you've been through. We've both been through a hell of a lot. And I honestly do believe that we've made the best of it. Through everything that we've been through, we both turned out, Robert too, all of us actually, our cousins as well. We all turned out to be pretty good damn people when you compare us to what the hell we've been through. Do you understand? I think that we all raised our children. I don't think any one of us any one of us that grew up in that house walked away from our children. I don't think any one of us has done it. I think we've all stuck it out and raised our children. And regardless of if your children knew their father or not, you've been a good mother to your children. You've been right there with them. And so I apologize for saying that. I know that hurt you. And I think I was wrong for saying that because you said that, that you do know who their biological fathers are. And if you say you know them, then damn it, you know them. Okay? But when I said that, I didn't know that. Okay? So I apologize for everything that I have said on this internet. Do you understand? And anything personal that needs to be handled between us, let's just keep that offline. Okay? The things that OB and I have talked about will happen when we see each other. That don't need to be put online either. Okay, us talking about it leading up to it don't need to be put online. If you are suing us legally or whatever the case may be, that doesn't need to be public issues because all this is content for them. So whatever we have going on, even if we're not cool, it needs to be a private matter, just like all other families handle these things privately. And I think everybody on this app knows that no family is perfect. No family grew up perfect. Every family got backgrounds. Every family got stuff they swept under the rug. Every family got things they don't want other people hearing about and knowing because they would be embarrassing, right? I don't think our family should be on display for everybody to mock as if they don't have family issues themselves. We got family issues, y'all. We're not perfect. Do you understand? None of us are perfect. Do you understand? But in your chat, Toya, I'm seeing them say, drop him down. He's a manipulator. Kevin just wants to do this. He just wants to lie. I want this to end. Whether or not they think I'm a manipulator, they can think what they want. Okay? I have my family. I'm doing right by my family. If I were a manipulator, I don't think I'd have the family that I have. I just don't think I would. And so if I'm that, I have yet to realize that because I actually mean what I be saying. Okay? They just like to make it something else, so they flip it. Even on your panel, I could tell you I love you with all my heart, but I hear you, that I want the best from you, and they'll say, he didn't mean it. He did not mean that. And then see, it's crazy because I'm so grateful that these people are not around all the time because they will skew any and everything that somebody do because they want to see you a certain way. And you just have to ask yourself, what do they have to gain from this? Ask yourself, Neo, Callie, who's been bothering me for many years, what do they have to gain from the things that they're saying? Other than just seeing me fall or fail in some way, proving I'm somebody that they want to make like I am. If I was everything that they say I am, couldn't they still go on with their business and live their life? Let's just say I was gay, right? Couldn't Neo go on and live with her life instead of making videos on me to try to call me gay? She's fucking gay. Like literally. Like she's literally gay. She was the one who was literally in a marriage, wanting to sleep with women. She confirmed this on her own platform. I got it screen recorded. So she's on here trying to bash me for who she actually is, but I'm not that person. She's trying to make me that person. So you could leave well enough alone. If it was me, and say you did a video and said, well, I think he's gay. That's one video, you said it. But here you are again tomorrow to say it. Here you are on another platform to say it. This shows me that this is something to try and ruin somebody's reputation, to smear somebody's name. She did it to Sa-Neter. You understand? She did it to Sa-Neter for many years. And so this person lives off using her platform to bring others down. Do you understand? And I don't even understand this shit. I don't understand what drives them to wake up every day with somebody they never met on their mind. She says I was once a student of hers, right? Get this, Toya. I don't even know who the hell Neo is. Only reason I knew who she was is because she messaged me and asked me for a consultation. And after being charged what I normally charge, she didn't like that. Then she lied later to say that she sent me money for food, which she didn't. I sent her back way more than she said she sent. And then when she couldn't confirm the receipt, I couldn't find the receipt. She never sent the damn money back. $100 down the drain. You understand? She never talks about that anymore. And then when I talk about it, she tries to punish me for it. She tries to say, well, you sent that to manipulate me. I sent it to you. Send it back if you didn't send the receipt, man. You manipulated me to make me believe you gave me money. She wanted to try to say, well, I sent you money for tube food, and you lied about your surgery, which she knows I didn't lie about. At least now she knows I didn't lie about. You guys have posted all these videos, went back all through my past to try and find me saying I have cancer. All you found me saying was I have the gene and I do not have cancer, asking the public to help me. The public, if they had a problem with that, they could have just not helped me, but they did. Do you understand? And I don't see why anybody would have a problem with that, but they talk about it daily, right? They talk about this shit daily, right? Why? Ask yourself, why do they do this, Toya? And so as soon as they see you upset with me, you know they're going to jump on that like a bunch of damn ants, okay? They're going to jump on that and consume it all up and share it everywhere. And anything that you say is going to be the God's honest truth, and whatever the case may be. Do you understand? Please understand that I'm a public figure, and there are people out here who are invested in trying to tear me down. And I don't know what the reason is. I'm not going to call it jealousy, hate, envy. I don't care what it is. I just know it's literally a mental issue to be that tapped into somebody for that long. Another thing Neo said is that I deserved for my son to be born with Downs. That was the universe trying to teach me a lesson because I think I'm perfect. So God or the universe gave me him to humble me. That's another thing that she said. Why would she care if my child was born with Downs? Why would that be in her mouth? Why would that be in Callie's mouth? Why would he have pictures of Lacey up on her page trying to bully her because Samik has Downs and trying to make her feel like it was from her? Why would these people be doing? Why would they do this stuff? So these are the same people who are around you now, and you want me to realize that people around me are talking badly about you. I get it. I get it. They've said some harsh things about you. But can you recognize that these people have said some harsh things about me long before the true saga? Long before this, okay? Callie is a known liar, Toya. He really got out here and said he had paperwork that proved that I had a cosmetic surgery. And now that it's been confirmed that I did not, I've been confirmed, but now that the public actually literally knows that that didn't happen, he now tries to move it to saying, but you said you defeated cancer. What the fuck are you talking about? Didn't you say I had a cosmetic surgery? So you're a known liar. So anybody repeating his lies, that's just dumb to me. Neo says, well, I heard Callie say you were gay. I believe what Callie said. If you still want to believe Callie, then I can still believe whoever said you raped your brother, right? Who said that you slept with your sister's girlfriend, right? Because her mother is gay. And then she said some things like, I'm still mad at my mom for dying and not being there for me. When her mother was supposed to be in prison, not there for her, when she claims that what happened to her when she was a child. But she's also been screen recorded saying that this never happened to her. So I don't know what to believe with her. I don't even necessarily believe that happened to her when she was a child. And I know that sucks to say, but the truth be told, this person is out here doing the worst things, okay? She even said she don't believe Felicia. So for me, it's like, if you don't believe Felicia and it happened to you, then why would I believe it happened to you? Like, your own trauma should have you believe Felicia. You saw her get up here and literally cry about it and pour her heart out about it. Why would she lie? And you're the person that says, trust all women. She says that, but she don't believe Felicia. She's only saying that to hurt Felicia. So why should I believe anything that Neo says either? And just so you guys know, she tries to act like I went too low, I went too far. The first time I saw this girl talking about me, she had all of Callie's videos on her platform. And I went up there kindly to say, will you stop? This is not true. Guess what she did? Went on to say that it was. And then whenever people call me about her, because they're seeing her talk about me every night, when people hit me up to tell me what she's done and what she told them personally, and let me hear recordings of her saying it. Yeah, I've literally heard recordings of her saying she did that to her brother. She said she did it to her brother because she didn't understand what was done to her was wrong. And hurt people. And so I heard her voice say that. I never take back what I think about her. Just like she'll never take back what she thinks about me. So everybody has a right to their thoughts. Everybody does. Let me have my thoughts, Neo, and I'll let you have yours. Okay? But if you're going to keep on getting on your platform trying to say I'm something that I'm not, which I don't care, I'll be every bit of gay if you want me to. I didn't grape my brother. You understand? I'll be every bit of gay if you want me to be gay. That's fine. Again, I don't have a problem with gay people. So I'm not going to sit here and act like, I do by trying to defend myself over something that I just know that I'm not. You understand? Truth be told, all throughout school, I actually wasn't even that popular. I didn't start getting called attractive and all that kind of stuff till my senior year. Other than that, I was a normal guy in school. I had normal friends, and nobody called me gay. Nobody did. Nobody. So that's just the facts, guys. And Jamie was a good girl. Always been a good girl. I wrote her love letters all through school. She wasn't trying to hear it, but I wrote her love letters all through school. You understand? And I wouldn't be writing love letters and things like that to a person who getting trains ran on them. Do you understand? Toya said that out of anger because I said what I said out of anger. And I'm hoping that she'll come live and make all that right as well. Okay? Again, to my family, I apologize for everything that I've said about Toya, our past, anything like that. I just want this to be over. And I want our family to be able to heal from this because it's bothering them more than I knew, okay? So I heard from many members of my family, and they don't like this at all. I wouldn't even think that they were listening. Do you understand? But I guess when people are talking about this stuff over and over, and it's so public, they can't not hear about it. My father even told me that people come up to him all the time and say, man, your family is tripping online. He don't even watch this stuff. Do you understand? But he hears about it all the time. So I know that my other family members too, my cousins, my aunts, and all of them, I know they hear about all of this stuff too. And that is embarrassing, okay? We all got some growing to do, and let our family heal. To Am and all of you guys that have had my back over the duration of this time, I appreciate y'all. But, and I know y'all cover things that y'all see online. And I want to say this, if it's about my sister or me and my sister's beef or squab or whatever the case may be, if y'all could allow us to handle this and keep it offline. Now, if we bring it online again, we can't tell y'all to not blog on it because y'all sharing the information. But can y'all give us an opportunity to repair the damage that we've done to our own families and let us heal from it? And I know y'all have other content and stuff to do, but what's been done in the past, if y'all could just give us some time to just handle that, because I'm sure you guys have already spoke on, most things up until this point. You understand? And so Felicia have already shown me that she could definitely be a bigger person than I have been on this platform by simply honoring my request to just let whatever go with my sister. And I could tell she was heated. As soon as I asked her, she said, Kevin, for you, I'll do that. And for all of the people who support me and followed my content for years, for y'all, to my family, for y'all, I will do that. If there's any more issues that you have, Toya, I ask that you keep it off the internet. And I think that it probably should be a while before we speak because you won't let me get a word in. You're very upset and you can't seem to understand the steps that this happened in, or you can't seem to understand the rights that I have to my emotions and my responses as well. And I have to give you time to understand that. I get how you feel, but you've really never been able to understand where I'm coming from, okay? And I don't really like dealing with that. It's kind of painful to me because when you're willing to hear somebody and they're not willing to hear you, it really does have an effect on you. Do you understand? And so I get that you don't understand right now why everything was happening, why everything happened the way it did. But until you do, let's just not deal with each other because us talking sparks up new fuel. Because you don't understand where I'm coming from and maybe I don't understand where you're coming from, us trying to talk it out explodes it even more. Just like on your platform just now, it just got exploded even more because emotions are too high about this situation. So I'm going to allow you and OB to heal y'all's family. Please allow me to heal mine. Do you understand? OB, I won't say anything about you on this platform anymore I ask that you give me the same respect. Don't speak on me on this platform. I did come out and say I did not see you snort coke. Now, if you can come out and, well, you don't gotta say it. Do whatever you feel like you're comfortable doing. Do you understand? But I'm not speaking on you anymore on this platform, and I'm asking you not to do the same with me. Do you understand? You're saying that you felt like you were trying to protect Toya. I believe the way to protect Toya would be to tell her to not bring it to the internet and give us an actual conversation. You understand? Because the internet ain't a place for this. It's not. And I hate that we can do that. I wish we didn't do that. I wish that we didn't use the internet for family drama. You understand? So I'm not going to say everything perfect, at least for the people who support you, Toya. They're gonna find this and say everything that I said wrong and try to tell you how I should have said it and make you feel like I'm doing something wrong with how I said this. But my family hears me. They're listening, Toya. Okay, our family hears me. They're listening. And they know that I'm saying I apologize for anything that I've said that hurt you on this public platform. And this is even though you got up here first. I apologize, Toya. You have a heart. Even if you did it first, you still have a heart. And I heard you crying, I could hear your heart. And so I can't deny that you're hurting about this. I just don't show my hurt in the same way, but believe me, I'm hurting about this too, okay? And my sons and daughter, they have heard what you said, and they do feel a way about it. And they're gonna need some time to heal too, okay? So from this day forward, no more bringing things to the internet. Let's try and handle them respectfully between each other as adults, because we can see that things get crazy on the internet, right? People just repeat it, add to it, and they don't let you forget, okay? And I want you to see the difference, Toya. In my comments, people are all for us dropping this. In your comments, they're all for you continuing it on because they are not invested in our family healing at all. And you can say Am doesn't like you. You can say Felicia doesn't. You can say Lexus doesn't. You can name all these people and say they don't like you. They're all in these comments saying, yeah, Kevin, you're doing the right thing. Let it go. Let it go. Don't bring any more to the internet. And this is regardless of how they personally feel about you. Okay? So I'm asking, you said you can't ask Break Room and all these different people, Ashley D and all these people to not talk about me. Well, I am going to ask I'm going to ask anybody who supports me to not talk about you, Toya. I'm going to ask them to. I'm going to ask them to leave you alone, let it go, and let the past be in the past, and let's all focus on our future endeavors. Because why wake up and harbor on something that happened yesterday? That's called crying over spilled milk. Do you understand? Now, your side always goes, they look at my family's content, me doing a video with Jamie, me doing a video with Lacey. They try and poke and prod at my dynamic. Meanwhile, I don't poke and prod at their dynamics. Not one bit I don't. Now, we know from monogamous relationship to monogamous relationship, they can look very different as you guys bring out different aspects of each other. In one relationship, y'all might be more lovey-dovey. In the other one, y'all might work better together. And they might not look the same as the other one, but y'all just don't get to see them and measure them right in front of each other. So I would ask for the same respect. We're in a polygamous relationship, and because you don't understand it, doesn't mean to poke and prod at it and say weird things that would, that's tearing down our public image. Do you understand? I don't feel like I deserve that in any way. BR and AD, they say that they upset with me because I didn't come out and protect them or say something on their behalf. Okay, if that's the case, that could be done. But what they're doing is tearing me down daily. Do you understand? What's that for? You don't see me tearing them down daily, okay? But these are people who are saying they support you. And so I asked the people who talked about you, who's reported on you, to stop. Let it go and allow me and you to do our duty to protect our family. Our personal issues, Toya, shouldn't manifest into something that tears down our legacy for a lifetime. Do you understand? We're not that important. We're not that important for our family, for our issues between us to become a family issue when they're not bothering nobody and they're embarrassed by this stuff, okay? And they are embarrassed by this stuff. They can't seem to go nowhere without somebody coming up to them telling them that we on this internet acting like children. Do you understand? And we're both entirely too old for this, okay? It doesn't matter who's the oldest. It doesn't matter who's right and wrong. It doesn't matter who did it first, but both of us need to stop, okay? I can see it's taking a toll on you. I can see that you're saying that it affected your family. Please understand, it's affected mine. No, I didn't lose a job, but it's affected me in many ways, Toya, okay? Many ways. I don't even care to go into them, okay? And so please acknowledge that. And I'm glad Obi got another job, because I don't want to see your family suffer. I want your bills and stuff to be paid. I want your family to be taken care of, even if I have an issue with you. Your children are connected to you. And so it wouldn't be right for me to want any bad for you, and I don't, okay? So this was actually very hard for me to do, and I did it, okay? It's very, very difficult for me to do, okay? Look at Cree. Thank you so much, Cree. She says, I agree to not mention the entire family. Thank you so much, Cree. And again, that's out of respect, because you guys have talked about them and cussed them out and said a lot of things about them, talked about their looks and all of this stuff. You understand? And I have went back and forth with BR, you know what I mean? And or whatever the case may be, but I ain't really had too much to say about AD. I don't even know what her issue is, okay? But you're not gonna be able to necessarily control everybody. I'm not either. We can only make this request, Toya, okay? But outside of any request, what we have control over is us. Let us both vow to make right what we said wrong, okay? I've officially apologized for everything that I've said. I ask anybody, do not repeat it. Even if it's something I told you about me and Toya's past, let us handle that. It's our past, okay? And I'm sorry to y'all for bringing it to y'all, okay? I shouldn't have allowed myself to get in my emotions and reactive due to how I was feeling. Do you understand? And we all can do that. We all can literally do that, but we all deserve a right to make it right, okay? So respectfully, I apologize for bringing this to y'all. But I do ask that just let that be on my shoulders. Let me pay the price for bringing that, and let me try to make this right with my family, okay? I don't want this to go any further than what it's gone. From this day forward, you won't see me speaking on Toya, OB, our past, anything like that, okay? And I hope that Toya can say the same things, all right? That's it, family. I love you all, and again, I apologize, all right? I gotta put my family first. Felicia, I owe you one, I do, because you was up there hot, and I know that you was about to go in and even do other things. Thank you, all right? Sorry to everybody that I hurt, okay? Peace.